to like make it really close, you know.
I know because they said Lillard's hurt. Huh?
Yeah,
Lillard got hurt, his finger or some shit. And my guy had on my podcast
I think
yesterday.
He'll be fine though. I think he'll be fine, but I think Luka Doncic on the Mavs are done. He's done.
What happened to
his
him?
ankle, dude? He fucking twisted that shit.
I don't even know the Mavs were that good,
dude. Honestly, me too. But like their team is all around good. Like they got like depth everywhere. It's fucking.
Let's start this. This is episode 55 of the 100 podcast. I brought in my boy Adi. He runs Gleam Coffee Roasting, right? Is that what it's called on Instagram?
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, the cold brew iced coffees, I'm loving it. But yeah, let's keep this basketball talk. I enjoy talking sports. So who do you got right now? Who you got winning the whole thing?
Bro, it's hard to say. Honestly, I want to say Bucks, and that's hard for me to say because like I'm a Celtics fan, but just like if you think about it, bro, like no one can stop Giannis. Like no one. You know, I mean, I think it'll probably be Lakers and Bucks, but I feel like the Bucks can pull it off because they got a really good bench, and I mean Lakers got AD and LeBron, but like if your bench can't come off and like support your ass through the whole game, you know.
The only thing I said about the Lakers, why I thought the Lakers have a very high possibility, is like this is the perfect season for LeBron, bro. He's old, really and it's like he doesn't have to play. You know,
it
like,
really is, bro.
Season cut half the season off, you know, and it's like, bro, you get a couple warm up games and you're in the playoffs, and it's like almost his perfect season to win.
Bro, LeBron is like, honestly, I think this year and next year. I mean, it's probably too soon to say, but I think this year and next year is gonna be his like last like really good years, you know.
Yeah, he's gonna fall off pretty quickly. He's gonna be like 1 year he's gonna be LeBron, and the next year's gonna be like fuck.
And it sucks to say that because like he like this whole time he's just been dominating the league like, every year, bro. And whether he like even though he's like not always like leading in scoring, but he's always like top 5 in like rebounds, assists, points, all that shit. So he's just like.
Since I love talking about LeBron because I know a lot of people that watch this are LeBron haters. Like, how are you about LeBron? Anyways, like, do you, like watching him? Did you enjoy watching him, or were you like, I'm fucking a Kobe fan, like, dude, fuck LeBron?
I love watching LeBron, man. Like, I mean, for me, like, I kind of like got into basketball when LeBron started like to dominate, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but see, like, I probably 2008 I got into basketball. And then, like, ever since then, dude, like, it's just been... I never hated LeBron. And even though, like, my team was the Celtics, like, even though, like, they're, like, both in the Eastern Conference, I never hated on them, you know? I always... I mean, probably when we played them, you know, like, when the Celtics played the Cavs or the Heat, I would obviously be like, fuck LeBron.
Exactly.
But, like, dude, I always rooted for that guy, man. Like, he's, like... You just can't, like... The thing for me is, like, you got LeBron haters, but like, how do you hate on that? Like...
What is there to hate on?
How do you...
He flops? That's the best thing you can come up with?
If you say that, like, there's so many other players in the NBA that just flop, like... And, like, you're gonna flop for a call that you think might go the other way, so, like... I don't know, man. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, he's like... You got MJ who, like, gambling addict, and, he's got his issues with his women, and then you got... LeBron is literally just, you can't even find anything. You can't find anything off the court that's a problem, and everybody loves to hate on him.
That's crazy, too, to me. Like, that's crazy. Because, like, you see every superstar, like, they always got some drama. Like, they always got something they're known for. Like Carmelo was known for, like, domestic abuse, I think. Everyone else, like, Kobe was known for, R.I.P., but, like, he was known for, like, cheating, I guess, on his wife.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff. Everybody had some shit on them.
Exactly.
But LeBron, like, you just can't find anything,
You even have, like, you got, like, Meta. You got, like, Meta World Peace just beating the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
It's just, like,
those are the days, too. Those are fucking crazy. But, nah, man, LeBron, I don't know. He's just been a dominant player, man, honestly.
Giannis, because I didn't really follow him much. I haven't been too deep into basketball the last couple of years. But Giannis, didn't he like not play basketball until he was like a teenager or something?
Yeah,
some shit like that.
I think he was like 15, I think.
And they're starting to just get those guys from Africa or whatever, those 7-footers that are just like.
And they're athletic. Huge, man. And like Bobo, I think I don't even know how you say his name, but I don't even think he started playing basketball until he was a teenager. Well, I know his dad was in the league, but I don't think I don't know. I heard something like he wasn't as like committed to basketball as his dad was, you know. And then he started kind of getting into it. I don't know. That's what I heard.
Yeah. So you're going with Bucks this year, huh? Bucks
I think so. Yeah. I mean, they just seem like.
Do you think this championship will even counts really?
Dude, it's crazy you said, because I was thinking about that. I was like, because I feel like, you know, because like there's so many people that hate on LeBron. If LeBron wins it, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, that didn't even count."
Yeah.
You know, you won a Corona championship. Like, you know, I just feel like that's gonna happen. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like you're still playing really good teams. If anything, like these teams are like the best teams in the league.
Even better, everybody's fresh, you know?
Yeah,
everybody's kind of fresh, got that break. It's like, bro.
And I don't think there's any excuses, to be honest. I mean, yeah, like the only thing that was affected is the season. Like, the only thing that was affected is like how many games they got to play. But like at the end of the day, you still got your roster. You still went out there. You still played a playoff series. So like, I don't know. I don't think that should be like an excuse for anybody. Because I can already see, like, you know, if a team wins, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you won a fake championship, this, that, whatever."
I've been saying for years that, like, basically, well, not a year, I guess 2 years now. Basically, since LeBron went to the Lakers, I was like, if he wins a championship with the Lakers, he's probably the GOAT. Like, in my mind.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this year would really count, but in my mind, still, if he won this year, I'm like, bro, it's hard to say he's not the GOAT when he can go anywhere and win a championship.
That's the thing that like blows my mind is, like, you know, because he went to the Lakers with a lot of patience. Like, I know he wanted Kawhi and he didn't get him, but like he had a lot of patience, bro. Like, I remember that first year, he was super impatient, man. All those rookies, like, he was just like...
I remember.
Yeah, you remember those times?
They almost kicked out his whole team, I think.
Yeah,
Didn't they trade, like...
Yeah, when he would have these outbursts, and, like, he would think, like, the camera weren't there, but, like you would see him getting all crazy. Mm-hmm. It's just, like...
Yeah.
You know, and I don't blame him, dude, because, like, you know, you're a veteran, but at the same time, I think he did have a lot of patience with them and kind of, like, taught him a lot, and, you know?
Yeah, he had to learn how to play with the young guys again, because it's like, I get it, though. He's like, bro... I've won championships. Like, fucking just listen to me, you motherfuckers.
Exactly,
you know,
exactly. That's the thing that I was just like, you know.
I wanna. Okay, so let's transfer over. Let's transfer over to your coffee, bro. Let's talk about your. Not even your coffee. I actually want to talk about your upbringing. Like, how is it being? You were born in Croatia, you said.
Yeah, I was born in Croatia. Yeah.
How long did you live out there?
Dude, I didn't live out there at all. We moved straight over here.
Oh, like right when you're born.
Yeah, so I was basically born on the way over here, because I was supposed to be born in Bosnia, but then they went to like Croatia, visit some family, and that's where I ended up being born.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you moved straight to the United States.
Straight to the U.S.
How is that being like maybe not for you, but how is that being? Because you were still an immigrant, but even like your parents, like how is it being a son of immigrants? Like do you get your drive? Do you get your hard work? Do you get your business
dude.
From your parents?
Yeah, no, I mean the thing that I kind of take in consideration is like my parents, like, you know, I can't even imagine how hard it was. You know, like, I mean, immigrants come from everywhere, dude. But like when you hear stories like people saying like, oh yeah, like we moved here when I was like 2 months old, and then I came up, and you know everyone had like, you know, fortunes. That type of stuff like inspires, you know. It's like you know, your parents came here, sacrificed everything, came with like $5 to their name, and started something. So like that type of stuff is like really inspiring. And like my parents, like they didn't have much, man, at all, like nothing. You know, it wasn't just like money wise, like there's just they had no school experience, they had nothing really. So it's for them to come over here and just like manage to make everything work, like no matter what, like that just blows my mind, you know. Like that type of stuff, like who would I be to let them down, you know? Like who would I be to like just like not,
like you almost can't fail.
Yeah, you can't fail that. Like you can't, you know, your parents bring you over here, how are you gonna like, you know, just not do anything with that, you know?
Yeah.
So when I could have easily stayed over there and like probably fell into some bad shit and nothing would have been like this, because you know I got cousins over there that it's hard, man. It's tough, because my cousin out there, he like went to school to be like a massage therapist, and he was supposed to get a job in like Germany, but they wouldn't let him get his visa. All this type of stuff, man. Like, so he basically paid money for the degree that he can't even use. You know, so it's like, and that happens a lot. And
have you gone to visit?
Yeah, dude. I try to visit like pretty often. It's tough because it's kind of expensive, and like you got to find a good time to go. You know, because I don't want to just go for like 2 weeks. You know, I want to spend like quality time out there. I want to be with my family. You know, so
is it very different from here?
Super different.
What are like the biggest, like because obviously you lived here, you basically were born there, but you lived here, you grew up here. So what was like when your first time you went back? What was like your biggest eye opening? Like, this is not the U.S.
Definitely like the city. I would say, like, because a lot of the Bosnia is like kind of like it's just super naturey, but then you got like a certain part where it's like the city, and like that right there is like just beautiful, man. It's like the city. It kind of reminds me of LA because like the streets are so narrow. It like the houses are all on mountains. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And it's just like the old Ottoman Empire, like architecture. It's kind of like super old buildings, you know. And like
that's sick, man.
That's
so
it's super
cool.
cool.
You like seeing history.
Yeah, it's super
driving
cool.
through history all the time.
And like in the downtown area, well, it's like Old Town area. There's like a monument. Not really a monument, but just like kind of like a wall thing that says like, "Oh, Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated right here," and like, do you know who Archduke Ferdinand was?
I know the name.
Yeah, so he got assassinated. I don't even know the full story behind it, but I think it was like his assassination led to World War II or World War One. Sorry, his assassination led to World War One.
That's why I knew his name from history.
Yeah, I think it was like in like 1890 something. I don't even know, but that happened during the Ottoman Empire. It's just crazy. There's a lot of history there. It's a lot of history. And I think I just love that place, man, so much because like that's where there was a war that happened there, like pretty much like right before I was born. And my dad like fought in it. Like a lot of his friends fought in it. You know, the whole country.
Your dad fought in that war?
Yeah.
That was whoa, bro. So that already like. Even that, bro, like getting raised by a man like that, like who just fought in a war. Like,
that's another thing. That's one.
What was that upbringing like, bro? Was he just like different, bro, like a savage, or was
honestly no, man. Like I look at it like a lot of like veterans, like U.S. veterans. They're really like I don't know. I guess it affects it. I mean, obviously it would. You know, it should affect your life in a crazy way, but. Like, my dad's not, like, he's not really hostile. Like, he wasn't really hostile at all. And, like, he was just, like, very patient, you know, like, very patient as far as, like, you know, raising me. So I don't know, he kind of knew how to, like, separate, you know, that type. Yeah. And that's really hard. Not a lot of people can say that, you know, it's, like, hard to, like, separate that type of stuff.
I think there's almost, like, two types of people because, like you said, there's people that just can't handle it, right? Like, it's, like, hard to handle. And there's other people, I think, it almost like makes them more grounded. Like they can see the evil in people. So like when they see their kid, it's like I want to just have fun with my kid. Yeah, you know, like there's no. Why would I even worry about anything? You know,
he's really smart though. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure that, like, it taught him a lot. And obviously there's like post-traumatic stress after that. Like, but he does a good way of like not showing it. You know. I'm pretty sure he has like a lot of like post-traumatic stress, but he does not. Like, he's really good at, like, hiding it, you know, from me at least, you know.
So when you moved from Bosnia, where'd you move to?
Moved to New York first. We had some cousins there.
How long did you live in New York for?
Dude, I was like an infant. Like, I think probably like a few months.
Oh, really?
A few months, dude.
Man, I wish you lived there when you, like, could remember.
Me too, man. That's one thing I always wanted to live in New York. But yeah, I think things didn't work out there. We were just like really didn't have anything, you know. So we kind of just like made the move to Memphis, and then basically I grew up there. Honestly,
Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, baby. Yep. Damn, bro. So how was that? What was your upbringing in Tennessee like?
Kind of wild. I mean, that's where I was kind of starting to go down towards like a bad direction. Like I wasn't really like
Was there just not enough to do?
Yeah, that too, but also like a lot of negative energy out there. Like a lot of negative people, you know, kind of like gangs and shit, like all that type of stuff. So I was kind of going towards a bad direction, and I was like steered away. Like, you know, my mom was just like, you know, let's go, let's get out of here. So yeah, I'm just glad I left. Honestly, I mean, it was a cool place. I learned a lot of things from there, but I wouldn't want to live there again for sure.
Really, it was that crazy, or what?
I just wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I mean, I got a lot of memories from there.
It just wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really take it as a bad experience, but, you know, like, I just don't, you know, I wouldn't want to live there again.
Take it as a learning experience.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to live there again for sure.
That's kind of crazy because I had one of the guys I used to go to church, a worship pastor at one of the church I used to go to, and he's from Alabama, bro, and he was on my podcast maybe like 30 episodes ago, and he was talking about one time when he lived in Alabama, he got shot at, and I was like,
what?
I was like, bro, you're a worship pastor, and you're over here hanging out, like, getting shot at with the homies and stuff. I'm like, bro, like, and that's what's crazy is everybody has something, you know, like, in their past, like, nobody's just, like, perfect upbringing, like, I just had it figured out, you know,
exactly.
and that it's not when you go down that wrong path, it's kind of like what you do after that.
Right.
Like, do you adjust or do you just keep down that fucking path of shit, you know? And,
exactly.
And so where'd you go after Memphis? Was that back out here?
So no, we moved to Connecticut, and then we stayed with some friends there for like a little bit, just kind of get settled in, because my mom had left my dad, so we were living out there, and then that didn't work out. So like a few months later, moved to my sister's in Ontario, like an hour away from here, and didn't really work out there. So then we came back here. So we came here,
yeah. And so even that, bro, even with moving that many times and kind of like your upbringing, like has that created, like, giving you some sort of resilience, especially with like a small business, like has that made it where even if it doesn't right off the bat like pop for you, you're just willing to keep going and keep pushing it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, you know, I don't really have like motivation like a lot of people do. Like a lot of people are just like 100%, they keep going. I'm kind of like one of those people, like I need kind of like a break, you know, like a mentally. So where like, you know, I'll stop for a little bit, kind of reanalyze things. You know, I've done it a few times, like with Gleam, and like it actually works, you know, because like you know, I'm motivated and I really want to push for something, but if it's just not working, like I've kind of learned to take a step back, not get so frustrated, like not just go head on and like,
I get what you're saying, like game plan a little
exactly,
bit.
Yeah, and kind of step back and just, you know, figure things out. Because I used to be like that, and that it was draining, man. Like you're kind of just
driving
like,
you crazy a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, you're kind of drained, and you're just like, you don't even know anymore. Like you're just like, nothing's working out. Like you just get this like negative feeling, and it's just like, it's not good.
Yeah, you're almost like running and getting nowhere.
Yeah,
you're like just fucking going 100%. Exactly. Nothing is happening.
Exactly.
Bro. Yeah. Well, you just brought it up, so let's get into your coffee, bro. What even started like your I know everybody's got a passion for coffee in the United States. So like what started your passion with coffee though, bro? What started like the love for it and cold brew? And
it's funny you mentioned that actually. So about 2-3 years ago, I started working at this place called Wallace Greens in Palm Desert, and I originally wanted to be a bartender there. Turns out I was more of a barista than a bartender, because there was like alcohol but also coffee, and then so I had there was a guy there named Steve.
You were just more into the coffee, or what? Or like they just said you're just better
at
the...
like the thing was like you're behind the bar, and you got like an espresso machine, and you got your liquor, you know. So I was basically in charge of both of that.
Yeah,
you know, like whoever was the bartender or the barista at the time, they were in charge of both. But I mean, so I started working there. I was like, oh shit, I gotta be a barista too. So but I didn't really care. You know, at the time I really needed a job. I was like, okay, you know,
I gotta be a barista. Fuck, yeah.
So I was like, I don't really mind. Like, I'll just, you know, learn something new. It's all good. I like coffee anyway. So then I met Steve, who's actually the owner of 6th Street in Coachella.
6th Street Coffee, right?
6th Street Coffee, yeah. So I met him, and then he kind of like, his passion kind of like spilled onto me. Like he was just like, like he was just super passionate about coffee. Like he would like always talk about something new, something I didn't even know of, and I was just like,
okay. You're like, this dude really loves this shit.
Yeah.
I get you.
And I was like, damn, like I started getting really interested in it too, to the point where like I'd go home and just like be like searching all this stuff and figuring out just like random things about coffee, and a lot of people don't know this, but like it's way more than just coffee. Like there's so much to it. Like it goes from like the country where it comes from, like how it gets imported.
I wanted to ask you about that. Like, how do you choose your beans? Like, how do you choose your coffee beans that you're gonna use?
So there's a website. It's called Sweet Maria's, but they're based in Oakland, and they sell green beans. So like they get the beans from like countries like Ethiopia, Guatemala, everywhere. Mexico, wherever. So they get their beans and then they sell them. They distribute them. So that's what I basically did. I was just like, because I'm not really like a, big roasters. Like, once you go to like LA, those guys like have like huge machines and they buy like 50-pound bags of coffee.
Huge,
crazy huge.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like trying to start off small, start things off, because I didn't even know how to roast coffee until like about 6 months ago. And I started learning, figuring it out, and I was just like, I just invested like $3,000 into a roasting machine, and I was just like, I'm gonna figure it out. It's like one way or another, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. So I did, dude, and like it's just been working out amazingly. Like I love it.
How do you roast coffee, bro?
Dude, it's like it's like literally it's kind of like a machine like this. Like you just got like this big of a machine. You like pour the coffee in there, and then like you're managing it off of a computer. Like you're managing the heat, the fan, the drum speed. Like you're managing everything on the computer.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's that in tune. Like
yeah,
you're not. Dude, it's not just like
no. It's not like exactly. And that's what
I
wanted. Like that's what I wanted to be able to like get involved with, like actually like roasting it and being a part of the roasting process. Because it's not just putting the coffee in and it roasts itself. Yeah. It's like you gotta get involved in it. You gotta know what you're doing differently that's gonna make your coffee taste differently. Because there's so many things that'll affect your roast.
Oh, like the temperature and shit, like it could get like too burnt or something like that.
If your power's too high, you're not gonna, it's just like things. You gotta also work to like the density of the bean. Like there's just so many things that you gotta take into consideration. But that's what I love about it. Like it's like a craft. Like once you learn how to do that, like you possess like a craft.
It's like a skill.
Exactly.
It's a skill you gotta learn. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I'm still in the learning process. I mean, it's like you're always learning and you're always like.
What are you doing to learn? Is everything just like online? You're researching, or is it like?
I did a lot of research. But I primarily wing it, dude. Like, and I used to think, okay, that's bad. I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably like research. But no, I learned that like just getting into it. I feel way more.
You'll find your own touch too.
Because I'm one of those people. Like once I get into it, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like now I know. If I make a mistake, okay, now I know for next time.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of one of those people. Like I want to make the mistake, then pick off of where I left off. And a lot of people they'll spend hours and hours and hours online and then get into it.
I think that's the problem too. Is like you said, they'll spend hours and hours online, but then they don't even get into it, bro. They just research, and nobody ever just goes for it.
And a lot of that comes from fear. Like you're scared. Like you're scared of that investment. You're scared of putting the time in. You're scared of and I get that, But when you have a passion for something, it's like, you don't really care. Like I put in $3,000 not knowing what I'm doing. But shit, it worked out. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm having fun with it. And yeah, it's like it's a business, but I'm also like having fun with it.
Yeah, it's a passion that you turn into a business, which I hope I can do with this podcast. Bro, same shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and that's cool too. Like you got to drive for it. You're getting all these people to do it. So that's that shows your side of the passion.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So what have you learned thus far? How long have you been open?
I've been doing this for 3 or 4 months now. Gleam has been since like probably 2.5 months, 3 months.
That's crazy. So I feel like I saw you pretty early then.
Yeah.
Which is pretty surprising because it's not like I don't even know how I saw you. Maybe my buddy.
I started like, I think, hold up, let me see if this is right. I think I started like May or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so a couple months for
sure. Yeah, like 3 months. 3 months ago.
What have you learned from like the first day you opened to now? What was like the biggest?
Ooh, a lot.
A couple things you would tell yourself now that you would do.
When I started, like I said, I used to be like one of those people that just like went full swing, you know? I just went like straight up, like heads first and everything. Like I didn't just say like, all right, I'm gonna do this thing, then this thing, and then I'm gonna see how the next thing works. No, I did everything, dude, and that's what kind of burnt me out at first. I wasn't really planning things out necessarily.
You didn't like focus on one or two things. You're like, I'm doing 100 of these fucking.
Exactly, and that's a part of like you thinking you can do that. But at the end of the day, like everyone needs to like map things out and just kind of plan things at one time at a time, you know. And that's what I learned, dude. Like that was like a big life lesson for me because I just used to be that type of person. Like I would just want to do like everything at once because I thought I could, but in reality I couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Especially with business too. Business, it's like you gotta. It's really hard to just market even that one product.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing, dude. It was like marketing. Then you got like preparation. Then you got like, you know, do I have the right equipment? Do I have this? Do I have that? And it's just all those things are just like floating. And I was stressed for a while because like I wanted everything to be at once. Like, I'm just one of those people. I'm not very patient. I just wanted everything to happen at once. And I was just like, oh, why is it not happening? You know? But that's when I learned, man. You gotta just, nothing happens overnight.
You gotta enjoy that journey.
Exactly.
And enjoy every step of the way.
Exactly. And that's one thing I wish I would have, like, known before, you know, before, like, stressing myself out too much.
Yeah.
Because I still do it sometimes, but I gotta catch myself. I gotta be like, oh, like, chill out, you know, like, let's like map this out.
You're good.
No one's making you sell 30 coffees in a day. No one's, you know, forcing you to do, you know. So like, you know, I'm just kind of taking things one step at a time now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of even the stress too, bro. Is I'm sure some days when you get busy, it's like, fuck, how many coffees can I make in a day? How many can I even get done today?
Exactly.
And it's like. You're doing everything at home, and you still got all your shit you got to get done.
Yeah.
You're still dealing with the whole pandemic and everything, and it's like, you know, you're starting a business in the middle of everything shut down. Yeah.
One thing that actually helped me a lot, honestly, one of the best decisions I've made is going to Glass.
Yeah.
Because not only for so many reasons though, like one thing I really like, I'm actually like a huge. It's kind of skeptical of me to say, but like I have Glass right here, but I'm really huge on like trying to be like environmentally friendly, you know, like, and that's one thing I really want to implement in like the future of my business is like using like basically no plastic, you know, like right now I'm only doing plastic like for pickups and stuff like that, like situations like these, you know, like just, you know, drop some coffee, like, you know. I'm just doing that to get rid of it, and then after that, I'm not going back to plastic because maybe for events and stuff like that too. But I don't want to, like, when I have my shop, I want to be able to like give coffee in glass. You know? Like one of like there's like these. Then where I saw it actually, where I got the inspiration from was this coffee shop in LA. It's actually my favorite coffee shop in LA, and it's like these like 16-ounce glasses, kind of taller, and like you can drink it hot or cold, you know. And it just works both ways. So like, that's what, and you have like a reward system. Like if you want to return them.
What's up with yours? What's your discount you get on your?
So if you return like a 12-ounce bottle, you get $1 off. Or no, sorry, 16-ounce bottle, you get $1 off, and then if you return a 32-ounce, you get $2 off.
Oh, see, yeah, I like that. I like that, dude. And even on top of that, bro, I just like the glass bottles because you can reuse it, you know? Like, it's almost like when you go to the, I forgot what they're called, but basically like the little beer, where they have like all the shit set up and all they do is sell beer.
Oh,
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just zoning out right now. But they give away like the, you know, the little keg or whatever they're fucking. What are they?
The kegs.
The growlers. The growlers.
They
give away the growlers.
Right,
and it's like the same type of idea, like that one, the glass one right there. It's like it's just cool. You can use it, and I like to even save them because it just. I like saving the different brands and kind of just showing it off, bro. I have a couple different growlers, and then I have like your coffee one. And I'm just gonna save it because I just like it. I like the logos and shit.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I mean, that's another thing. Like, Daniel actually, I don't really know like if he has like his own company, but he actually helped me with it. He does a super good job at it too. I remember the first time he sent me my because I kind of worked with him on it. I was like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And then he sent me it, and like as soon as he sent it to me, I was like, yeah, that's it, you know. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, he definitely helped me out with that.
Do you have any big events or anything going on coming up for your?
So I actually have my first event coming up this Tuesday. It's gonna be in Palm Springs. It's kind of like it's like a private type of thing though. Which is cool though, because I don't, it's like a private little event from like 7 in the morning to 9. Nothing crazy, just, setting up, selling coffee. They gave me the opportunity to like, put on my coffee bag so I can start selling that. Just stuff like that. And then on the 5th of September, I just posted it too. I have a pop-up event. It's going to be like in Moreno Valley.
That's not too far.
Yeah, but like, and the cool thing is like, their local vendors are all doing it. So like, they're all like kind of linking up in this little backyard, and they're gonna have like, pastry person that's there. Her name's I just met her. I think it's like Crazy Sweets by Jay, and like all these other places, dude. And like there are like all these like vendors, and they're all gonna come together and like and just do their thing.
Yeah, exactly. Show off what you got.
Yeah. So that's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be like my second one. It's gonna be really cool, man. I like stuff like that where like local vendors can just kind of get together and like kind of have like a just like walk around, do your thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just get out and talk to people.
Exactly,
socialize.
Just kind of like meet people and just stuff like that.
Show off the businesses.
Right.
I enjoyed that. I was doing that when I was doing my clothing brand for a little bit. We'd go to like different events and.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was fun, bro. I did that a few times.
What happened with that? What
I just haven't. It was hard work, dude. It was hard, bro. When you're doing a clothing brand, like.
Yeah.
Your profits, like, let's say you buy 20 shirts, like, you gotta sell out your 20 shirts, bro. Like, because you're buying them, let's say, like, $8 to $10 a shirt. Yeah. You're selling them for, like, $20-$25 a shirt. Like, shit, bro. You give away a couple, like, there goes your profits.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
So it was tough, and I kind of, along the way, I kind of went from, like, enjoying doing, like, shirts to, like, because I'm really into socks and shit. So I started doing socks, and that's what I really enjoy. So I gotta do more designs with socks because my socks sold out, bro, like super fast. It was like, dope. And I think it's because I was more into them. I just loved them. I was more passionate, so people could tell. Like even from the design, it was just clean, fresh. I could just see how socks, like the design, should work more than shirts. It's just hard, bro.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I was doing everything myself. I was designing it, doing everything except for obviously doing the shirt.
Right.
Everything like promoting it. I was doing all that shit myself, and it's hard, bro.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah, just like yours, like you're doing that shit yourself. You gotta just like connect, network. You gotta reach out to people.
Dude, and that's a huge thing too. It's like when you find people you can actually work with, and like you guys are on the same page.
Yeah,
it's like a blessing, dude. Like, because you're like both kind of in tune. You're both helping each other out. Did
those people reach out to you, or did you reach out to them from Moreno Valley?
No, they reached out to me. It was kind of funny, actually.
Really, they reached out to you. See, that's legit.
Well, so. The way it worked was my girlfriend had this friend that was like kind of like a pastor at her church. So I saw her one time, and then she followed me. I followed her back, and then I think she lives in Redlands. So she followed me, and then apparently that event was happening. So she reached out to me. She was like, "Hey, like my sister is doing like an event, but they're looking for a coffee vendor, and I thought about you." And I was like, this is awesome, that's just like super cool. Like when someone's like, "Yeah, I thought about you. Like, do you want to do this?" I'm like, I want to do this.
And that's crazy because you don't even think that's gonna mean shit when you
yeah,
talk about it or whatever.
You don't really think much of it, especially when you got a lot of things going on at once. But then it's like when stuff like that happens, that's like kind of like gives you like self satisfaction. You're just like like hell yeah, like.
That's cool when somebody mentions. That's the same way I feel when somebody would mention like the podcast or whatever. It's like, oh shit, people actually do listen to the shit I'm talking about, or like they do care about my brand or my my coffee or whatever. You know? Exactly. That makes you wanna. That gives you that motivation, like you're talking about, bro. That makes you like want to keep pushing
when you see that people like actually are like affected in a good way by the things that you're doing. Like I had some guy, he messaged me. Like, I sent him his coffee, and he was like, dude, this is, like, so amazing. You're so talented. And, like, stuff like that, you know? You don't really expect stuff like that from people. Because, like, for you, it's just, like, I'm just going out and, like, you know, serving, like, doing what I do. You know? You don't really think about, like, all this stuff, other stuff that other people think about. And it's like, he was like, you know, you're so talented. This is awesome. Like, you know, I hope you go far. And it's, like, that type of stuff, like, means a lot. You know? You're just, like... that pushes you to go the extra mile and like try something new, maybe. You know? It just kind of puts different ideas in your head.
It's like maybe I should put some more money into this or whatever. You know, like spend that $3,000 bucks. You're like, fuck, maybe it is worth it.
Yeah, when I started slowing down a little bit, that's like I think that's one thing that kind of played a role. I was like kind of starting to slow down. I wasn't getting like a lot of positive feedback or anything. I wasn't getting feedback at all, actually. But then I realized, like, I'm also slowing down. So it's not just, like, the business that's slowing down. It's also me. I'm not really, like...
pushing it as much. Exactly. Or like, yeah.
Which is fine. Like, I don't need to push, you know, extremely hard for anything right now. I can just, like, you know, chill out. And also figure things out at the same time. You know, like, because, like, I can figure different things out, get different ideas. Because when you're focused and you're just, like, doing all these things at once... you know, you're not really thinking about other ideas.
I think maybe not push. You don't have to push all the time, but you got to be consistent. You know? And like consistent as in, and maybe not even like a post every day, but like at least have something every couple days or every other day.
Exactly. Or something just to let people know that you're still there.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And a lot of people don't do that, or like. They quit after a little bit because they're like, fuck, bro, I'm only getting like one follower, I'm only getting an answer, I'm only getting one sale from it. And it's like because people don't trust you yet. Yeah, you know, like they don't see it. They haven't seen it for a year. You know, once they see you, and they're like, fuck, dude, this dude's been doing this for 3 years now. Like, fuck, I guess this was really about it. You know, it's a real business.
Exactly.
You know, and that's kind of what I've even realized with my podcast, which I still think a lot of people think like this was not like at some point it's gonna end. You know, like
you can't let that happen.
Yes, bro. Even when I take like a week off, I feel like people are like, "Yes, it's done." You know, he quit, and it's like,
you can't let that happen because at the end of the day, there's somebody praying your downfall, and like that's one thing I learned throughout this, bro.
That gives you that push.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. You gotta make sure like those people don't get that satisfaction. You know.
Exactly, and that's why I'm happy you keep pushing that coffee, and even with the haters or whatever, the people that whatever, you know, just keep pushing that shit, bro. Because, like you said, the people that are praying for your downfall, you can't ever prove them right. Never prove them right, bro. And I love that. I love when my back's against the wall and everybody's hating on me. Everybody's like, this fool's fucking not gonna do it. He's a quitter. It's like, yes. Tell me all that shit, bro. Mm-hmm. That's like when because at one point, bro, I was like 270 pounds. I lost all, I was out of high school. I fucking, like that freshman 15, it was like freshman 50 for me, bro. I got out of high school, didn't do shit. Smoked weed every day. And then... started getting into shape, bro, and when people would tell me I look good, bro, that made me get lazy. I hate when people tell me I look good. I'd rather people be like, bro, you look fat, because it makes me work harder, you know? It's like, I don't want the motivation from you. I want you guys to tell me I look bad. It makes me work harder, bro. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, and that's just, like you said, you got to make those guys make that shit work for you, you know? Yeah. Don't let that shit, you know, eat you up.
And it's crazy, like, when you realize, like, when you're not really doing anything, and when you're not, like, putting everything on the line, no one's hating on you. No one's like telling you anything. Exactly. But like when you start doing good, like things that are like good for you, and you're actually going somewhere, then you start to realize people like kind of shift, and they're just like not who they were. You know.
Somehow you're fucking them up.
Yeah.
Somehow you're like, all right.
And that's been like, I mean, not even like with a few, but like more than a few people. You know, like, and I mean, I don't even know what it is. What's up with that? You know, like, but. You know, it just kind of makes you push harder. You know, you're just like, all right, well, and this is what having haters is like, you know?
Yeah, and for those people that hate, though, there's the other side. The people that you don't even know liked your shit or were your homie, and they're like, hey, bro, I just want to reach out, just say, you know, I like what you're doing or whatever, you know? And that feels almost better because you're like, damn, I didn't even know this fool.
And that's crazy.
Was looking.
Yeah. That's crazy to me. Yeah. Like, how some friends like that, the people that I thought were my friends can't go out and like, recognize me or like, at least give me any praise or anything, But then there's people that I don't even know that are out here like praising me to like the fullest, and like that type of stuff's crazy to me,
Yeah, exactly, and that just comes down to the person themselves, and everybody has that, bro. I have that jealousy fucking feeling too, bro. When somebody's doing good, like I sometimes feel like I want to hate, and it's just you gotta fight that. You gotta like be like, nah, bro. I can't hate on somebody doing well. Like fuck, I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy they're doing well, and be fucking. Exactly. I gotta just be like, damn, like that's good. They're doing good,
Right.
Just give you the drive to do better, like.
Yeah, man.
So I think we should wrap this shit up. You ready to wrap it up?
For sure.
Let's wrap it up. Let's drop your Instagram, your social medias, any way they can reach you for your coffee or fucking anything. If you got any social medias they can reach you at.
Gleam Coffee Roasting for IG, GLEAM, COFFEE Roasting. Go ahead and follow me. That's pretty much my main source. So if you guys want to order, let me know.
What days are you open and shit?
Tuesday through Saturday. So go on there. I have like a whole list, like menu and everything in the highlights. So if you guys go on my Instagram, go to the highlights and you'll see everything right there.
Hey bro, how annoying do you get? Do you get annoyed when people message you, hey bro, are you open? Or hey bro, can I order? And you're like, bro.
Honestly, I get it.
I like my customers. I
get it. Like, people are kind of like eager sometimes. They're just like, they just message. They're like, I want to order this. Are you open today? Like they won't even check anything.
Yeah.
But like, then that like makes me like take away from like what I'm already doing, and I gotta like stop and like tell you like what what's on the menu and like what days I'm open, all this other stuff. So best thing to do, just go to the highlights, look at the menu, look at all that. I promise you, it's all right there. If you got any more other questions, message me. Let me know.
I appreciate you, bro. Wrapping up episode 50. Don't forget September 5th or something. You're at
September 5th, Moreno Valley.